Hello everyone, this is day number 15 of our Batch of Perseverance challenge. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna pop up in normal to do a fast trick. This is my experience bar. I'm gonna leave it for a couple of seconds. Quick recap. Average item level 45. Not too bad. I start to catch up with the actual character level. Still far behind. I'm in 15 hours and a half. This is the important stuff here. My damage is quite low. This is normal difficulty. I'm gonna trigger my hidden path quest. I don't get any experience here. This is basically I old scale this area. And the area that I'm going, I never been there, so this is undiscovered map. This didn't clash with the rule of revisiting and XP grinding. Okay, next step is Broken Hills. This is another level area that I old scale, so I'm not gonna get any experience here. Mobs stop scaling at 46, I think, here, if I'm not mistaken. This is the most dangerous guardian. His damage ramp up really quick if you mess it up. As you can see, this Doom Bolt was a 4k hit. I think this area scales, so I'll try to move and not kill anything to get experience. I have some retaliation damage. Actually no, this area is up to, it seems up to 60, so that's good. Not gonna clash with the rule. But why I do hidden path quest, you're gonna ask, when I can't use skill points. That's true, but first part of the quest awards attribute points, which I desperately need. This guardian is probably the easiest one. Still not good to be in a melee range better to avoid the extra stuff, but usually damage is not so high. Okay, we got one attribute now. Gonna pop up to ultimate and I'm gonna show you what trick I do, because I don't need the skill points straight away usually, so I pick up the stones in normal on every of my soul cell found runs, and I just drop them on the ground, pick them up, and I got another 2 attributes points. Nice and easy, without get rid of the stones, going kill the sentinel, gather the stones again. In this way I do the quest just once, and I got the stones from a lower difficulty, so it's not so dangerous to me. Which reminds me, I have to buy tinctures and stuff. And eventually I can try to swap my gear around arcane gear. We got some interesting pants. I'm gonna keep all 3 of them just in case. All the rest is pretty much junk. But I have the money and I have to boost my damage somehow. And it's gonna boost my life bar as well. I'm gonna lose a lot of the offensive potential. I'm gonna earn a bit more steady damage and obviously more armor, which I'm not sure if it's a fair trade at this point, because critting is much comfortable. My armor is really bad, honestly. Also my damage multiplier is really bad probably. These 2 items gonna put me on a good spot, because now I'm running like 700, which is very low. It's very tough decision to take. First I'll check how I'm doing. Also I have to buy some stuff, so I'm not exactly... If I buy this item I gonna run out of iron bits really quick. And I prefer to have some extra source of damage. This time I'm quite rich. I'm gonna buy a little bit more. 50 is a good mark. Plan for ultimate is basically probably finish blood growth. This is the last area that it's some kind of rich on quests. Astercan Valley, Fort Alcan, Necropolis, this is absolutely junk. So in terms of time, maybe it's better to swap these areas. At this point my low armor kicks in, my resistances cap. we expect just more and more damage from now on. Maybe I can get revered with Devil's Crossing and upgrade my armor slots. Shouldn't be a hard grind after I reach Homestead. But it's not gonna be easy as well. Doing grinds on a low damage character is pretty brutal. Reporting Steven Skinner. Easy experience. Another easy quest. Putting my experience items for this one. We are okay on crystals, so I'm not gonna farm there. Also, I can farm already for that. At this point, I want every single quest. Messing up with heroes is not the best thing. Especially now, encounter is gonna be much worse. And this is a very bad combination. We have acid pools and we have ether pools as well. Skeletons are very slow, but the moment they catch you off guard, then you're pretty much done. Especially the knights. Knights hits really hard. Deadbolts also. This is a deadbolt archer. They carry these blue crossbows that's how you recognize them. Pointless to deal with revenants. We jump to Devil's Crossing for some crafts. Also grab the experience. Good chunk of reputation. So we have to craft one vengeful raid, one silver for the Broken Hills shrine, and I think that's it. I don't plan to go further. Usually here is a good experience area. It's always good density outside of the hive. Pretty much guaranteed hero. This is very hard to kill, this regenerator. At this point my damage is not good enough. And it's basically a waste of time. At this point I should stack physique. Avoid touch hero, and this is the supporter. Supporter usually heals like a proper heal, not like the regenerator that just regenerate the health bar. I'm gonna bribe all this really quick. Another easy experience quest. Just bribe him. I found this the best way to deal with this quest. You can kill him later on as a hero, which is a bonus.
Keep your weapons. Keep your weapon.
I have enough. That's good. Now is a big fight here. This big guy is very slow but very high level. Oh no. I don't want to fight Shamblers and this guy all together. have to dodge the slum. He's probably carrying some scary stuff. I have to hide him away from the shamblers. This is the boulders. This shambler is void touch. I don't care about these items, I just want to run away from here. I have zero interest fighting these guys. Pack of murderers can easily murder you. This is just tons of pierce and bleeding damage. This type of arsonists and gunners, they are not so scary. But anyone that throwing knives here is potential threat for us. Even if you are fully built, these guys sometimes deal crazy amount of damage. If all of the knives connects and if it's 3, 4, 5 of them. Stun jacks. This is Matman. No, I don't have time to deal with this guy. He being a named hero is very complex as a fight. You'll never notice this on a normal playthrough because usually you murder heroes way too quick. But this guy uses blitz, he uses grenades, and he uses stun jacks, which is dangerous enough. Also blade barrier. Okay, this is of nature bounty. Kinda interesting helm. Tons of physique requirements. Not for us. There is another hero here that can easily one-tap me. This is Pharaoh, the wall. So I'm gonna avoid him. Money box. I want to avoid the grenade at any cost. Blackwater cocktail's fine. Any other of his attack is fine. But the grenade. I want distance so I can see the grenade and it's not connect instantly on my head. Not a bad drops, but we are here for the quest. Irania also very scary. His damage ramp up. He use stun jacks as well. That shotguns usually. But if you avoid the jacks, pretty much not so hard to kill him. There is a guaranteed dynamite here. I always pick it up. Yeah, I definitely have to deal with my low armor values. Only should be a slow fight. Almost 2 millions life bar. A lot of ads to deal with as well. He's gonna reapply his shield. Not too bad, honestly. I expect to be much slower. They have to clear the ads occasionally. Especially the fire guys, they're nearly immune outside of the elemental storm. Another barrier. Applying my floods. Not too bad. Maybe one more barrier and he's gonna be dead. should be one more, probably. Damage is just not there. I'm not sure if conflagration was the right strategy, but just the first thing that comes to my mind. Definitely falls off at ultimate. I can feel it. These boss fights took like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, sometimes more. And this is just Cronley fight. It's not something particularly hard. Yeah. Oops. I am for a quest rewards. Shambler still here. Definitely physique.
Well, now that
What's the situation here? 4,300. Not ideal. This is maybe an hour. Maybe more grind. Depends on the killing speed, which is not gonna be ideal, of course. And I don't know if I want to deal with Cronley's gank, to be fair. So now dilemma is to use Gear over Devil's Crossing and sacrifice physical resistance, but getting more armor and eventually more absorption. It's a really big problem. But this is like a lot of offensive ability. We have fort here. We drop like Yeah, 150, which is a lot at this level. This potentially means I'm gonna lose the crit damage towards rush mobs, because now I crit from time to time. Of course I don't have crit damage, but still it's a damage boost. Probably I should just test. That means I'm gonna lose all of the money I have. But I think it's worth to check how it feels. I have to craft components as well. Without changing anything, I think gonna die soon.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
So we need arcane vestment, arcane mantle. Actually, I have to reroll the shop before I buy this. Actually, it's a good rolls, thankfully. We are totally broke. Arcane hood. It's not a bad one, actually. Nah, mine is better. Let's do a quick craft session. Gonna sell few stuff to make up the money difference. It's a good drink.
I do the best I can with what I've got.
So we need we're gonna drop all the pierce resistance, which is kinda bad. Let's see. Oh yeah, impossible. I can drop one of the items but not both. So might be the right call is to drop the chest plate. Anyways, this is the most heated part. Yeah, I'm gonna drop just the chest plate for now. I don't have the resistances to cover the difference. Which means my amulet component is totally free. There is nothing better, honestly, that I can put. This is more spirit, more defensive ability. Might be the better call, because here actually is the same. I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna fight Ctonics and stuff. At blood growth. A little bit less damage from them is a good thing to have. I changed one item, which is fine. Homestead. damage move a little bit. Not something crazy, but there's a lot of healers at the back. This is a pack of deadbolts. Oops. And this is the most dangerous one, the skeletal knights. This guy's special attack hits like a truck. Literally truck. I don't care about the shrine. It's gonna be too much time. We aggro too much stuff. I'm gonna kill the basic mobs for experience and some reputation. I'm not sure how Rovery goes. Probably I didn't buy their writ. And I'm totally broke at this point. Actually I did it. But 10k reputation, this is a lot of grind. I need their gloves for sure as a last item of that slot. We messed it up here really bad. Where is the pot? I saw. I'm curious. I'm gonna hit Homestead, so might be use their gloves instead. I'm gonna lose the casting speed, which hurts. Especially when I build that don't have any. But their gloves come with tons of offensive ability, which I think is a fair trade at this point. Okay, this is an interesting amulet. Of the growth is a healing suffix, a very good one. Also, this suffix scales with your character because of percentage health together with the flat health. Unfortunately, prefix is absolutely junk. It can't match this one. I found this at level 10 or 12 and I still can't get rid of it. It's such a good roll. Best we can do now is focus on a homestead reputation, so killing as much beast as I can after I finish their quest line, which is not gonna be an easy tasks. I have to fight Ravna, and Ravna is also physical damage. I am a bit afraid for that fight, to be fair, and I don't know if I want to commit that. Or at least before I optimize the gear. I don't have any tinctures left for Voldrak, but I don't plan to go close to him. At this point, even his normal attack can kill me. It's gonna be a proper Dark Soul fight. Me dodging everything.
Watch your back.
Okay. Trolls are always scary. They like to entrap you. Also, their heroes are very scary as well. I want to isolate the heroes. As you can see, this hero wears an epic axe. I forgot the name, but this is not good usually. You don't want to get hit. I'm pretty sure this is an Aether axe and he is a physical damage dealer. But you can easily recognize the epic weapon or the legendary weapon. Because this is not one of their typical stuff. See? Immaterial edge, sorry. Yeah, this ethereal axe with 1 to Arcanist as a skills. That's why he hits like a wet noodle, because this is not a good weapon for this hero. Also, partially of his physical damage was converted. There is a global conversion and a pretty high one. Here is first problematic area, but I'll grab some my attribute point. Good stuff. More physique. I'm gonna keep a distance. Even if I got entrapped, I don't want to get entrapped next to the big guys. So I'm gonna just step a little bit on the safe side. Here first, I'm gonna get rid of the yachts. Gonna isolate the boss. I never get entrapped there. I'm not sure if they any entrap mobs spawns next to him, but I don't wanna risk it. I think it's just warriors usually here. I'm gonna dodge absolutely everything. Even the war cry. He's very slow usually. I mean, if you die to Voldrak, it's a skill issue, as I explained previous episodes. There is no chance it's some RNG or whatever. This is the most slowest boss probably in the entire game. Yeah, he hits hearts. Definitely can one-shot you, especially with the right weapon. And I am always curious to see what weapon he carries. The hardest hit that I ever take from him was 17k. And I barely survived. Was a elementalist. And he kills one of my elementalists, the early versions, with a 16k hit, which was brutal. like literally one tap because I position myself in the most dumb way. I play melee elementalist at that point, was a primal strike. Caused the easiest leveling, obviously. Okay, I think of Celestia or Rat is not something dangerous. Yeah, this is okay weapon, but still character like this can't survive. $75. I can equip some better pants, I believe. I think it's time to say bye-bye to the extra life. Not a very tough decision to take, but I need the pierce resistance badly, so I can get rid of these shoulders as well at some point. But I carry these pants for way too long. This one is also, we got some cunning, which is okay. We drop a lot of life. I dislike this. This can't be the difference of me being dead.
Let's take a look, shall we?
But I already out leveled this by miles. And maybe the right call here is I'm gonna keep this watch, but I don't need this at the moment. So I'm gonna use ancient armor plate, extra physique, and get my physical resistance to, not physical resistance, sorry, armor absorption to 90. This end trap is for fair amount of time. We push some offensive ability with these pants. I can't complain. Still far from perfect gear. I have to change the boots, the gloves, the helm eventually. But step by step, I'm getting there. I think here is a good spot to end the episode. What we managed to do, as a recap, my experience bar first. We have average item level 49, this upgrade for sure. We got 16 hours and half in, so less than 8 hours left. It's gonna be a really close call. I'm not gonna beat the timer. I have Homestead left, Pine Barrens, Blood Grove. This is probably 3 hours. And what left for me is 4 hours. After I finish these areas, if I'm lucky, I'll be level 80. And I can't see how I can earn 20 levels for 4 hours. I have to run to the Vanguard as well. This is, if I rush, is maybe, I don't know, half an hour. Because after all, I can't basically just rush. At this point, I'm start thinking timer is impossible. 24 hours was a really high bar. I'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna give up, but I'm really concerned about this rule. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next one.